Alright, YouTubers, hitting the road. Life is good. Heading to first gas, because I'm about 1/8 of a tank. Then Walmart. And then glorious Ontonagon. Let me triple check. Nicest people that loaned me that funnel. I was just talking to the guy. I really do travel under a lucky star. I swear to you. Oh crap, not that lucky. Alright, now we can go. It helps a lot to lock the cabinet, the bathroom and wardrobe door. Don't need that swinging around. Now we'll go. Vinny is laying on the floor by the side door. Kiki's up in the coffee pot, probably almost asleep already. Probably gonna have a lot of sun glare. I tried to clean the windshield as best I could. There's Vinny jumping up on a cooler. This is a very nice park. Small, there's only I think 7 campsites. I get so lucky. Because I was talking to him about the guy here, and he said, yeah, that guy was supposed to leave at 11, and it was like 3 o'clock, and he hadn't left. He said, he pulled out, and within 5 minutes, you pulled in. And while he was supposed to leave at 11, and while he didn't leave, he said 5 or 6 RVs must have come through. And then he left, and 5 minutes later, you pulled in. It's pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Right, Vin? Because we'd have been at Bad River Casino again.
Turn left, then turn right.
And that would have worked, because it was hot. Humidity was something like 70% yesterday. It was really hot. All right, in between way too much rambling, we'll throw in some music. It's a nice little town. Murals. Again, older videos. I did the whole town in murals. Easy. Be nice to Edward. He's an old man. 82 degrees already. That was creative and dumb. I was talking to a GoPro that wasn't running. Just went by the waterfront campground for the city that was all booked up. It's nice though. I said before, I'm not a Wally World lover, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I need groceries. Everything doesn't have to bang, does it? Oh my God, YouTubers, I kept that thing running the whole time. Damn, that's gonna take forever to edit it up. All right, I had figured 75 bucks at Walmart, and it was 64. I think I got everything. I didn't get a lot of everything. I had corn, fresh corn, looked okay. Well, luckily that truck's going, because I'm doing 60. He's going. One good thing, I guess, leaving the GoPro running that long, I'll know how long I was in Walmart. I tried to be quick, but I pretty much had to go everywhere. And then they put the pet stuff on the other end of the store. And I don't shop there a lot, so I don't know how they're organized. But I think I found pretty much everything I wanted. Haven't seen a lot of burgers up into this point. I'm gonna see burgers now. Cause I got buns. Probably should have got more, but I got buns. Closing in on Bad River Casino. And as I said, I stayed here once in the past. I think they're 25 bucks a night. It's just in the parking lot. And it would have been my option last night had I not gotten the last spot in town. Gotten very, very lucky. It's over there on the left, and shoot, there's still 5 RVs over there, I think. But yeah, I was glad to get the spot I got. I was glad that I was close enough to that dinner. I went to that Mexican restaurant. It was really good. There are always options. You can always figure stuff out, and I think I went on about it before, and I'm going to go on about it again. I just travel under such a lucky star. I mean, I've done this whole trip so far without any reservations.
We visit some gingerbread houses.
We're not going to visit any gingerbread houses. And I knew starting the trip my battery wasn't in great shape. My battery's pretty much dead. So I needed power, and you know, I had one storm day, and it's been hot. I had to run the AC pretty much all day, and then a couple times at night I plugged in the little electric space heater because it got cold, and then by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning the air conditioner was on again. It was weird. So I know a lot of people that do this kind of travel in van style. They do a lot more boondocking than I do, and I've said a million times, if I didn't have these animals, it would be a totally different way of doing business. But I do. And their comfort and security, since I'm dragging them all across the country and other countries, I gotta make sure they're safe and fine. So I'm gonna ramble more when there's not a truck to look at. But if you were driving, that's again why I put the camera in the spot I do, right in the driver's seat. So this is what you would see if you were traveling to these places. Sometimes you're gonna see the back of a truck. I want to get this truck not because I really need to go faster than him, I just don't want to be behind him. I get kind of happy when I'm closing in on Ontonagon, but like yay, because it almost feels like going home. Like in The Wizard of Oz, most of it was beautiful, but I kept saying I wanted to go home. Now, Ontonagon's not home, obviously, and a little reference on the odd reference to The Wizard of Oz. When I was a kid living in New York, my father's side of the family was pretty dysfunctional, pretty messed up. My grandmother on his side was a drunk, and a mean drunk. I've been lucky that I used to be a pretty heavy drinker. I don't drink that much anymore, but I was always a happy drunk. But she was a mean and nasty drunk. And I think drinking just shows who you are. You know, when I drank a lot, I never really drank when I was angry. I rarely ever drank alone. It was a social thing for me, but my problem was once I started, I couldn't stop. You know, and then I get all happy and I want to buy everybody a drink and I want everybody laughing and all that good stuff. But back to the weird Wizard of Oz reference. I've always loved that movie because when I was a kid in that setting that was so mean and dysfunctional, back in those days when you didn't have a million TV channels, the Wizard of Oz was always on TV on every holiday, always. So there was a back bedroom that I would just escape there, and then I'd end up watching The Wizard of Oz. And even like almost to this day, not as much, but every now and then, that movie can kind of put me in a better mood. And That's why the weird Wizard of Oz reference. I don't share a lot of personal stuff because maybe that's a mistake, but I think YouTube is more about, for me, I'm more comfortable with showing where I go, what I cook, what I look at, and hopefully letting people think they can do the same thing. I know, Keek, I'm telling the people a story. I'm not talking to you. You can go back up there. So, again, that's why the weird reference. And that's why I don't share a lot of stuff. I don't really like being on camera. I posted some videos finally, and somebody said I should show myself eating when I cook. I'm weird that I think a lot of times it's pretty gross to watch people eat. I got to where I didn't really want to eat corn on the cob, because like when there'd be holidays and everybody's together in the summer eating corn on the cob, if you look around the table, it's a pretty discouraging thing. It's kind of gross. So I very rarely will show myself eating. And I used to have a lot of food issues. I couldn't deal with anybody being around my plate. You know, if somebody points at something on your plate, ooh, what's that? And their hands over your plate. I got to where I couldn't eat. I was just really weird. But I've gotten better. I had, you know, we all got our things, and I got more than my share of weirdness. So no, there will really probably never be much video of me actually eating. One more thing about, you know, the whole getting to Ontonagon and being excited. I notice I'm even driving a little faster. Don't get that wrong, because I really liked my Canada part of this trip. So much so that I might have to fight that urge I get to revisit places I liked. I had an uncle that RVs all the time, and he would always go to Tennessee. That's where they would always go, to a lake in Tennessee, until they finally bought a place down there. And I was forever like, why do you just go to the same place all the time? Now I get it a little bit more. I don't only want to go to that place, but I do like going back to the familiar. And like I said, there's some locals there that I know that I've already talked to, and I told them to order up a good sunset, because I haven't really had a great one yet. A couple decent ones, but I'm looking forward to Ontonagon sunsets. And again, I'll try to be judicious with the videos. I know I've shown this place a lot, so I'll try my best not to go over and over the same stuff. All right, bouncy, and we'll take a break. Michigan. Welcome to the Yoop. Back to the Yoop. There's a VW bus over there. A whole bunch of them. Oh my God, there must have been 20 of them right there. A couple camper vans. A Westie would be awesome. Sometimes I think an ambulance would be cool to convert to an RV too. I said that to somebody, and they're like, yeah, but man, there's so much death in those things. And I had never considered that, but yeah, I guess. I'm sure they clean them, but I'd want to clean that real good, because there's probably multitudes of fluids. I can't get over how many Westies and VW buses. There had to be at least 24 back there. Anybody out there looking for one? If you're looking for a Westie, some Google searches about Westies and VW vans in Ironwood, Michigan. I have something for you. Probably have to put a Subaru engine in. A lot of people do that. Something about the engine fits right or something. All right. Turn right here is how far you got to go from Ontonagon to get to the other side of the Porkies where all the waterfalls are. There's a hike. I think a different time zone still. I don't think we've made it back to Eastern yet. While all of Ontario is on Eastern time. But, you know, you got big provinces. I guess that makes it a little easier. Just do it by province. Chainsaw artist. That would be cool. Get a big bear carved or something. About 30 or 40 minutes, Vin. I think this is the repaired bridge. It's beautiful. This is Bergland. We turn here. Do we turn here, Elf? We turn here, Elf boy. There's parts of the North Country Trail here. There was parts I went by in Minnesota, in Wisconsin. But I've walked parts of them in all those states. Kid, once I moved to Ohio, and we used to go up south of Traverse City all the time. I've showed that place in videos in the past too. It feels a little bit like that to me. I get excited, you know. That was, as a teenager, that was my favorite place. We'd go up there and work really, really hard, but have just a fantastic time. We'd go up in the spring and rake all the leaves and de-winterize the cottage. That's where my aunt that I moved to California in April lived. Amazing place. I get a similar feeling here. Different, but similar. Is this Kentika? It is Kentika. Looks as if it's still open. Not sure. I know it was for sale. I'll ask. That's where you can go bowling, get a decent meal, and watch the bears eat. That new electric VW bus that's coming out soon. People are going to go nuts for that. They're going to modify that. Make new electric Westies. Alright, we're on 64. Maybe like 15 miles to Ontonagon, I think.
Can you unwrap?
I was wrong, it's 12. My folding camp chair, you know everybody has their folding camp chairs. I was just thinking about it because it's a Buckeye chair. And I try not to bring it out in Michigan because it just hurts their feelings. But anyways, it hadn't been out of the compartment yet. So when people talk about the campground thing, sure, I stay at campgrounds, but I don't sit by my RV, like, ever. The friend I made up here, the local, asked me, she was like, I was there maybe a week. She's like, do you have a chair? I was like, yeah, I got one. I never sit down long enough to need a chair. Never know. I could drop a U-Haul off there one day. I doubt it, but I do like it up here.
Turn left.
I know where I'm going, elf boy. Looks the same. No, part of that building's knocked down. It was taller. And knocked the upper floors off. Feels really good to be back in Ontonagon. Have a great and wonderful day. Yeah, my little spot is open. Remember this place, Vinny? We're here. Always feels good to be back in Lake Superior.